This is going to be jam-packed. We've got three main things that we're going to be talking about today. Firstly, I'm going to be adding one altcoin to the Yachtfolio. We'll take a couple of look at some yachts as well, find out what we're expecting to get at the end of that. You've got 2,364 Bitcoin all being moved onto an exchange, onto Coinbase from an old wallet. What does this mean? And then there's the global liquidity reset. Every 6 years, we go through a cycle of global liquidity. We're right at the bottom, ready to start a new cycle. Let's dive in. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do, guys, we're going to deal with the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is Bitcoin. It is creating so much indecision in the market. And we just look at that chart. Let's take a step back, look at that chart. We can zoom out even. Look at this chart. What does this show you, guys? What does this show you? It shows you that there's indecision in the market. We're in an accumulation phase. This often happens before you tend to get a bull run. Before the start of a new market, you get a market reset or you get some form of indecision in the market. This is the indecision in the market. The bulls don't know what's going to happen. The bears don't know what's going to happen. That's what needs to happen for a market reset. Everybody needs to get wiped out. Most people need to be wrong. So we're in this accumulation phase. Why is there indecision in the market? Bitcoin's trading at $58,027. It previously put in a high back in 14th of March, $73,000. So why is there indecision? Why haven't we started a new rally? Look at news events. You can look at all sorts of different events that create indecision. They create the indecision. You just think about it. So what is one of the news events that's creating indecision? That's this, guys. This is what I was talking about. 2,364 Bitcoin have been moved onto Binance. Now, what does this mean when you see an inflow of crypto moving onto an exchange? Usually signals a sell. So according to on-chain data provider Look On-Chain, a whale or institution has deposited 2,364 Bitcoin worth nearly $140 million to one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, Binance. This massive move occurring hours ago has sparked speculation in the cryptocurrency market. Speculation, indecision. Speculation is indecision. People don't know, guys. People are assuming. And when you see inflows like this of Bitcoin going onto exchanges, sometimes it indicates that they're doing it to sell. Sometimes they're doing it to trick you. So think about that, guys. They're creating this indecision with Bitcoin at the moment. All we can do is we can monitor it and look for that directional bias. Unfortunately, we have to look at Bitcoin first. It's the market leader. It's the one that's going to give us that indication. So one of two things that we can look for. This is going to be important. The top of this trend and the bottom of this trend. This is going to give us our directional bias. We're either going to break out to the upside, come back, retest this as support, and then carry on putting a new all-time high and continue the bull run, or we're going to have that market shakeout. So this is important. If price comes back down here, retest as resistance, you're going to get that shakeout to the downside, that massive move to the downside. You're going to get that. So we look at Bitcoin for direction. We can look at the dominance as well. And you remember, very similar to Bitcoin, we look at the dominance for directional bias. The reason why is because Bitcoin is the market leader. It's 57.37% of the whole of the crypto market cap. You need to pay attention to this. In times of bear markets, in times of accumulation, Bitcoin's the safest asset. People go into Bitcoin when they want to be in crypto, but they want the least risk. So during the bear market, you'll see Bitcoin dominance fly up. Everything else bleeds against Bitcoin. And then we wait and we look for that directional change, the reversal. So what we want on the dominance, we want a break to the downside. We want a break to the downside. We've been waiting for this for months now. It's been an ascending wedge for 2.5 years, the Bitcoin dominance. That's a long time. Once it breaks, it's going to break with volatility, and you're going to see the alts outperform Bitcoin like you've never seen before. So we want to break, a retest, and move to the downside. Might look bearish, guys. It's bearish for Bitcoin. For altcoins, that's alt season, baby. So the next thing that we're going to look at is the DXY. And remember, guys, we've been tracking this. We've been monitoring it all the way from here. I said we were going to get a bounce at this level, this 100 to 101% level, or 100 to 101 level. We've had the bounce, and then we're retesting, or we're going to go up to retest this previous support to flip previous resistance. So we expected this to happen. And what's the psychology behind it? Whilst the dollars are running, crypto markets, speculative assets, they're all pulling back. The reason for that is because the dollar is the dollar is the safe haven of the world. So people flood in dollars in times of fear. When the market's on risk, people go into speculative assets. Speculative assets are cryptocurrency and other higher risk assets. So once we get this bounce from the dollar, you'd expect a pullback in crypto, pushing the dollar, people going into dollar because they want to be safe. And at this level, at this resistance level, the people that are in the dollar are thinking again now. They're thinking, is this going to be resistance? Can I go more on risk? And they'll come out of the dollar and into higher risk, and you get a move to the downside. So these three charts, these three leading indicators are important indicators to check to find out how the market's performing. The next thing that we want to look at is the global liquidity index. The global liquidity cycle, right? Okay. So you need to remember each one, this red line here, each one of these is a 6-year period. So each one of these represents a 6-year cycle. We know that Bitcoin has 4-year cycles built in, but look how this thing flows. So you've got the GLI, the Global Liquidity Index here. That's the black one. And then if you look here, you can see back in 2018, you had this big push to the upside. Whereas at 2018, you've got this big push to the upside. We've pulled all the way back to 2022, 2023, 2024, down the bottom here. And then we've just broken up again in 2024, ready for this large macro Bitcoin and global liquidity cycle. So that's given me a bit of hope here. Right, the next thing, what about this? This is from Rect Capital. So it's showing that after the Bitcoin halving, the average range from the Bitcoin halving is 150 to 160 days from the halving to its next move to the upside, to the next bull run. So you've got the halving here. When is it saying? It's saying that late September is going to be the 150 to the 160 days where we're going to get that market reset and we're going to get a move to the upside. That's if history repeats itself, guys. So how are we looking as far as crypto fear and greed's concerned? We're still in fear. We're down to 26. See, last month we were 57. We were neutral last week at 54. That's showing you and that's indicating us, and this is an important metric, it's indicating to us that people are getting more fearful. When you look at history and you look at buying opportunities and you look at the fear and greed and you look at the macro cycles, the best time to buy is when we're in fear. Best time to buy is when we're in fear. Best time that everybody else feels like it's time to buy is in greed, unfortunately. That's when the news comes out. That's when the positive news comes out. And that's when the hopium comes that everybody thinks that their crypto is going to go to the moon and not come back down. Fortunately, that's when people get wrecked. Right, okay, so the Yachtfolio cycle, the Yachtfolio portfolio, been doing it for about 4 to 5 weeks, just over a month, and it's down 9.8%. So if we look at that in comparison on the month to the rest of the crypto market, you can see it's a method in our madness, guys. 8 to 9%. The rest of the crypto market, 27%, 23%, 31%, 21%, 36%. Wherever you look, there's nearly nothing that's outperformed our portfolio. So, like I say, guys, there's a method in our madness. And what is it that we're looking to buy? You need a goal for your portfolio. You need to know exactly what it is that you're going to buy. Otherwise, you're never going to take the money out. And I've said, I'm going to buy a yacht with this portfolio. And what type of yacht is going to depend on how successful this portfolio is going to be. Is it going to be an old wooden knacker, like I mentioned in the last video? Is it going to be a super yacht? Probably not. But this is something that I've seen that I like. Let's have a look through this. 52 grand. I'd be quite happy with that, guys. What do you think? What do you think? Right, okay, speaking of the portfolio, we've got one more to go in there. Let's have a look. The one more that we've got to go in there today that I'm adding, $50. Remember, it's only $50 a time. Come and follow me on the portfolio. Follow my performance and check out our Discord channel as well, guys. It's completely free to use. I'll leave a link in the description below. So you can see Jasmy put in this new high. We've been following Jasmy on the channel for some time, and I've been waiting to get in and add Jasmy to the portfolio. But unfortunately, it wasn't at support. So the conditions weren't met that I could buy that. We're at support now. And I'm interested here. This is where I'm buying. You can see that we've got a trend line here, a diagonal that's followed through. And this diagonal has been respected once, twice, broke through, come back, retest once, retest twice. So where it was resistance, it flipped through, you'd expect it to hit support. Conditions are met, guys. $50 of Jasmy being added into the Yachtfolio. Right, okay, so don't forget, follow the Discord, guys. We've got all sorts going on here. We've got absolutely loads going on here, something for everyone. You've got market analysis, share your charts, trading strategies. We've got our trades on there, so get yourself on there. Link in the description below, guys. Let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next, and I'll see you in the next one.